are the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down.
Good morning, Santa Barbara teen sports listeners. I am your host, Erica Salter, the Queen of Teen. We welcome you all to join us every single Tuesday, 9 a.m. right after the news. This is a whole hour of Santa Barbara teen athletes and all the people and all those wonderful businesses that support all of those athletes in Santa Barbara County. Put your hands together. Woo! It just doesn't end. It doesn't end. We've got a couple of more businesses going up on the site. Thank you. Another $299 piece. Woo! I love money. I'm Dr. D, get a mic. What about this 1% tax? We need to do the 1% tax. Anybody that wants to live here, we don't have to do this anymore. We don't have to sell ads if everybody paid 1% to live in Santa Barbara. Yeah. Like the best place on the planet to live. Yeah. 1%. I haven't actually done all the math, but I'm going to. And I want to just figure how many millions of dollars that would be. 1%. Yeah. I would do it. I know Absolutely. You said you would do it. Why not?
It's not a big deal.
Adjusted gross.
Yeah.
No, not gross. So just kidding. Well, if you want to be practical about it. Adjusted gross after you do all the line items and everything.
If we do the 1%, then some of the other taxes have to go.
Yeah, we could do that. Like state tax.
I second that.
Yeah, there you go. Dr. Mae Chandler seconds that. How you doing, Mae? Woo, why am I the only one clap? She's a doctor. She gets long claps. She saves people's feet. She saved my feet.
One toe at a time.
That's it. That's your tagline. I like it. You're on your own. How you doing?
Good.
You don't have any time for before when you worked, for somebody else. You had time, to say hey, chat, and everything. Now you're on your own. Like there's no time.
I know, because now I'm a construction worker.
You're doing it. Yeah, you're picking out carpet. Yes, art, right?
And art. Yeah.
Got Saul Alcaraz out. Has he been out there? He's offered the art.
He hasn't been out yet, but
okay.
I got to get with him.
Have you blown glass though?
I have blown glass.
Fun?
And now I'm going to take my husband to do it too.
Yeah, did you dig a glass foot? Oh, with the 4 toes.
Well, remember my vase.
4-toed Blackfoot. What?
My vase wasn't too good. I don't know if I could do a foot.
Yeah, but Saul could.
Yeah.
He made that hand.
Yeah, that was amazing.
To hold the basketball. Remember?
Yeah.
He can make a foot.
The prototype.
Well, I don't have the hand, but I have the prototype at home.
Prototype.
On the pedestal.
Yeah, he was going to throw it in the glass bucket and smash it.
No,
you
wait.
Caught it.
No,
You caught it.
Bring it
I
over
saw
to
this
me.
guy was running. He caught it. It was a great catch, Dr. D. It was amazing.
Diving into the glass bucket.
It was good. That's what I saw in my mind and the other dimension.
That's right.
We'll talk. That's a whole nother show.
That is.
Yes. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Yeah?
It's March already. Unbelievable.
March 10th.
Spring is just around the corner.
Right.
And more rain, please.
Yeah, we need more rain.
I put in my order, and I want it. More rain.
Oh, I like rain.
Yes, good. More.
Well, I don't know how much.
We want more.
Groundhog? He didn't come out with a raincoat.
Well, the groundhog is on thin ice in more ways than one.
Yeah.
He bit the mayor's ear. What's up with that? Now,
funny.
I understand the whole shadow thing, but what does it mean when the groundhog bites the ear of the mayor?
It means you should have let me sleep.
That's funny. But
I like it.
Oh, D, that was funny.
That was very good.
Oh, that was so cute. All right, we got to get around the horn because we got a lot of guests here. All right, we've got to your left, we've got Dr. Jessie Carroll.
Hi there.
So talk to me. I saw it on Facebook because I posted it.
Yeah,
Very
we've got
well
that
done. We did the magnesium
up. Yeah,
I like the magnesium.
I love the magnesium.
I went through my whole thing, and I do not have the magnesium. I have to buy some.
We have to get you some then.
What is it? What do I get? I know I get it through you, of course.
Yeah,
we stay in the
you get it
family
through me.
at
And then it'll do everything from help you sleep better, help your muscles relax, and then it does stuff like promoting energy production on the other side of that. So it's a very good tonic for your system.
Oh, no, not more.
Really? Yeah, I take magnesium every day.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great for you.
Perfect.
Circulation, vascular movement in my body.
Nice. Question. So
Yes.
I don't see you. You brought the Oh,
I
you
brought
did.
treats. I
What
did
did
bring
you
treats.
bring? Crack that open. Oh, I'm reaching.
I brought my goji power balls.
Oh,
Some of them do have dark chocolate in them instead of goji berries, just in case.
Goji. Wait. No. Yummy. I like these. They're delicious.
Don't
I'm
eat 'em
passing
all.
around.
Don't eat 'em all.
One and pass. No, these are truthfully really good.
Yeah, they're
What's in
great.
here?
They're especially great for like kids going to sports games or anything. They're super portable. It's super simple. So you just stick coconut, dates, and walnuts in a food processor, blend it up until it's like cookie dough consistency. And then you mix in whatever else you like. I put goji berries in half and dark chocolate in the other half because we talked about magnesium.
These are really good.
Yeah.
I really like them.
Thanks. Glad you guys like
Those are
them.
really
Seconds,
awesome.
please.
No for you. Hey, all right. Thank you so much.
Of course.
We got 2 more minutes, but I got to say, hey, Joan Calder! Woo!
I am back from chasing butterflies.
Wow!
Yeah.
You were on the East Coast.
Actually, I was in Costa Rica.
Ooh, that's Southern Coast.
That's Southern Coast,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, it's Eastern.
I
It
love
was
Costa
Eastern
Rica.
and Western. It was wonderful. We butterflies, birds, promoting my book a little bit. Airplanes in the garden. Monarch butterflies take flight.
Nice.
We gotta keep talking about that one. Yeah.
We love that song.
Yes.
I actually changed my trust. That song's going to be when they throw my ashes wherever.
Oh, isn't
In
that
some
sweet?
body of water?
I had some kids from Costa Rica grade school singing the song when I was out there. It was so sweet. This little 10-year-old held my hand. It was so warm. It was so sweet. It was really nice. Fun.
Always wonderful that you're here. Who'd you bring today?
I brought Shauna Klein,
Ooh, okay.
a
She's in the quiet room.
third year communication major from UCSB on the women's volleyball team. Wonderful.
Sweet.
Wonderful.
Outstanding. All righty-o. I'm saving. We got 2 people left, and I'm going to save the nothing that nobody's the best here, but I will save this one guy for last. Okay, because he's a famous person now. Okay.
Yeah.
But Dominique. Hackett.
Hello.
I got goji berry in my tooth. Sorry.
I know.
It was really good.
Delicious.
All right, really quick. Where's the moon?
The moon is in the last quarter. So you know what happens at that time? We have less light because we've had the full moons. Now it's getting dark again. And this is a good time for letting go.
Let it in and let it out.
You got it.
Don't let it in, just let it out. What do you got to do?
It's a great time for everything sort of manifest during a
Cleaning
full
closets.
moon. Cleaning closets.
I'm doing that.
Giving-
Put your hands together for my closet. I'm cleaning my closet.
Giving away to Goodwill, and in particular, if you have sports items, try giving them away to some of the kids that are giving away to kids that don't have any sports.
Yeah.
And even Play It Again, Sam. Some of the different sports outfits will hold those used equipment and help get it to kids that don't have anything.
Nice. Thank you, Dominique. All right, last but not least. And he just strolled all in on cue. Andy Gill. Ninja Gill.
What's up, Erica? How are you?
All right, give us the big news. We've been waiting. It's March 10th. Tell me what's happening.
So this Friday in 4 days, they call me back. I will be competing on NBC's American Ninja Warrior.
Okay, I've got your hat, your cap, your boxers, all your TSR.com stuff. We're ready to go. That's it.
I am so excited. A lot of my students at San Marcos found out, and they are amped. They're calling me. They're texting me. So it's going to be fun. I'm excited.
All right, real quick, dive into one of these.
Ooh,
all right, right. Pick one. You don't be.
They're
that's
goji
it.
power
All right.
balls. They help your ninja warrior skills.
Oh, those are delicious.
Ninja balls.
Ninja Ball.
Just pop it.
Those are good. What is that?
Okay, you pop a couple of these in your mouth before you start climbing. That's what I'm talking about.
I love chocolate.
Okay. All right, keep chewing. All right, let's know something. It's go time. We got the big old smushy sign. Dr. D says, get out of here. Get out of town. This is Erica Salter, the Queen of Tea. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salter, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. right after the news. And Dominique, where else are we?
Actually, Joan knows where we are.
Joan, where are we?
We're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, sbtsr.com, and Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio.com. That's pretty bad, isn't it?
Joan,
I got to
thank
stop
God you're
that.
a writer. No, I'm no disrespect. I'm saying you're good with the words. You're really good, and I love you. And it's radio, and we, I don't know what kind of following we have. I mean, people do tap me in the store. They want to probably going to know who's that .com lady.
Yes,
that's
yes.
it.
Oh, we want to hire her.
She's a writer.
I could be a commercial person. Yeah.
Joan, I love you.
I know you do.
So.
I know you told me the other day.
I know. I do. I love a lot of people, though. Don't.
I know.
It's all right. Just Dr. Jessie Carroll, who'd you bring?
So I've got Jean-Paul Luvanvi and his son Luke.
Woo! Hands together. Jean-Paul Luvanvi. And that's good. We shortened it down on the son. Luke. I like that. How you guys doing? Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Nice.
I'm doing great.
So they're going to talk about some martial arts that they have going on here in Santa Barbara.
Perfect.
Shall we start?
Yeah, tell us about
we
it.
want to talk about Paragon. Paragon has been one of the jiu-jitsu center, the original jiu-jitsu center here in Santa Barbara, originated about 1997. Frangia Ricardo Miller came over from Brazil and started a little school here on Mason Street. With some friends, helped him put together, and at that time he had a very limited amount of students. And he started Paragon was when Hoist Gracie's and the movement of jiu-jitsu became a part of UFC, and people all wanted to get on this new tip of martial art combat. And Frangia was the first pioneer to come into our county here. And ever since then, his school has grown from one student to thousands of students, and has branched off from here to Santa Barbara, to Lompoc, to Santa Maria, to Ventura, and all the parts of LA. So the school has grown a lot, and there's a lot of great instructors, many black belts under his dictatorship here. And he's I would have to say, he has conquered, and it's become quite of a fast for everybody to join into this jiu-jitsu world, so it's a big community of martial art people that love this sport, especially kids. Can I talk about how it's influenced kids?
Please do.
Well, my son
You're
Luke
on a roll,
here
John.
has...
I'm not going to argue with you.
That's what we say. We always roll on the mat.
Queen knows when to be quiet.
We're always on a roll on the mat. Well, jiu-jitsu, my son and I have been doing this on and off since he was about 5 or 6. We take a little breaks in between. He likes to skate, so we let him skate, but as much time as we can and get him on the mat, and it helps his self-esteem. Helps with peer pressure because it allows you to control your fear and allows you to, control more yourself as an individual. Growing up, you get a lot of peer pressure, right, Luke? Mm-hmm. Do you feel that jiu-jitsu helps you a lot, boy?
Yeah, and as a skateboarder, it really helps, you fall down a lot, but you can always get back up and try something new, too. And yeah, it's always good to have friends to do things with too. Skateboarding, jiu-jitsu alike.
So sounds like a very healthy habit, Luke. Is this something you see yourself doing down the line? Competing, maybe?
No, I don't think I'll ever compete in jiu-jitsu, but I see skateboarding as something really big in my life. So
I think I keep the jiu-jitsu in his life to make sure that he's going to be well off as a young warrior in this society. I want to make sure that his mind and his heart and his soul are all balanced. So therefore, anything that comes his way, where jiu-jitsu really puts kids in a position of fear, because fear is one of the first things that we see in children. When I teach in class, the first thing I see is another kid dominating a kid. I see the intensity of tears. I see fear. I see the lack of them wanting to engage in the way that they want to. As they get more comfortable within themselves and within their mind and their body, you see the inner child of them come out to this mini man. And they, as more they come, they attend more, the more they develop into the structure of the martial art aspect of the spiritual part of jiu-jitsu, and also the gravity part of it, where it really brings you down to the ground and it forces you to have a combat, which is much different than a lot of martial arts. A lot of martial arts gives a system of kick, punch, block. Jiu-jitsu is wrestling. Let's just go at it and let's see what comes out. But the greatest thing is that we have a term called tap. So if you feel like you're in a situation where you feel pressured, the kid can always tap. So when the kid taps, the other kid respectfully has to stop. So before things can get broken arms, neck and choke out, hyperextended arms, legs, limbs, things like that. So the kids have limitations. As they get better, they test that limitation. They test their ability to push the cutting edge of their body, their fear, and their mind. And that's really what develops them from being a fearful kid to a strengthful kid and better part for their society and their growth.
Can you talk a little bit about the work you're doing with our local teens here?
Yes, with local teens here, I bring them in. I do a couple things I do independent training with local teens that are related to gangs or things like that, and I bring them into a personal one-on-one training with jiu-jitsu and martial arts. I try to find their fear factor and why they're so angry and why they need to be so tough. And my job is to let them fight it out. And after a few times, you see them breaking down, and you start seeing the inner child in this tough guy image that they have on the exterior. So you also working with kids at Paragon is the same thing. You get a lot of kids where parents is like, my kids are so wild, I just can't get them to so they get in there, get all the energy out, they come home, they're peaceful.
That's incredible. As a high school counselor, which is what I do for work, I'm definitely going to be referring a couple students to you. But other than that, you kind of touch lightly on the mental aspect. So mental toughness is what I preach day in and day out, because there's a lot of stuff that can influence you and you'll do certain things. But
Ninja Gill.
I love Ninja Gill. We're a big fan. I'm gonna get a temporary tattoo of Ninja Gill on my neck to the whole duration of this event.
So would you find that the students that participate in your work groups and in your wrestling, that they tend to do better in school?
I think so. I think in the beginning they come in with a lot of energy that is not really grounded. And a lot of kids need to find ways to ground their energy. If they don't ground their energy, what happens is that the energy gets taken out from their poor parents, their mom or their dad or single parents. So when they get an ability to really aggressively release that anger or whatever it is that they feel that day onto another person with control environment, they're able to be more laxative and be able to get more focused, because they have no more of that aggression energy. They just have now the energy that grounds them to who they are. And by being around other kids that are leaders in the Paragon group, it also acts as an example. But they do intend to do a lot better in school, and they intend to see a better vision of what they want.
It's so beautiful that you're hooking anger with fear, because from what I understand, when we feel anger in our body, it's letting us know that our boundaries are being crossed. And if we just drop down in our body, we can find where it is that we're fearful, and that makes the anger blossom into information. Yes. And we can act on it instead of act out.
I think that's important. I think everybody needs to find a place where they can just scream and yell and tear, and then, I'm done.
That's why we have our own chief happiness officer.
I think that's why. I think it's really important, especially for young teens. Growing up, I didn't have iPhones. I had Atari, and Atari was like, tick, 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 tick. Oh, great job, tick, tick, tick. Now it's, the movements of teenage life, and even kids that are in elementary school, you see kids in 2nd or 3rd grade carrying an iPhone 6. So their movement doesn't really ground them as much to be children in the liberty of what it used to be like to be a youth. And now it's such advanced movement. So I try to understand what it's like to be in my son's shoes, than more him being in my shoes. Because my shoes is easy to get with classic music, He's more into a more advanced level of learning and more advanced. When I have a computer problem, I go and ask my son. So if he has an emotional problem, he comes and asks me, and vice versa. We try to help each other through the good times and the bad times, to learn what it's like to be 13, and him to understand what it's like to be somewhere in your 40s.
Let's get Luke up on the horn. Yeah. First off, Luke, if you had to describe, the experience? First of all, you're working with your dad. I'm sure that's just a scream. Okay, I'm sure you get to say a lot.
Yeah.
What I'm saying. So, what do you get out of it? Tell me.
Well, the thing about having my dad as a teacher and just being a part of the jiu-jitsu community is that there's one thing that's always very special about what did you call it? Somewhere you train, or gym or something. That you can't decrease in skill. You're always getting better, and you have people around you that are always supportive of what you're doing, and
very profound there for a little Luke.
Oh yeah.
Hey, how can we get a hold of you? Because we got to go to break. What's your phone number? What's the contact information there?
Instagram. Follow me. SKATACHANG. Hashtag Ninja Gill.
That's very funny. Hey, let's leave it on that. That was a scream. This is Erica Salter, the Queen of Teen. Come back. We'll be back with more after these messages. And this is a Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show, and I'm your host, Erica Salter, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. right after the news. And Joan, where else can you find us?
You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, sbtsr.com, and SantaBarbaraTeenSportsRadio.com.
Please. Good one. 2 comms. Just 1 comm.
2 comm. Okay. 1 comm.
It's always good to have 2.
Okay.
I want everybody to know that we've got a lot of listeners here. I promise I'm going to give them a shout out at the pool, which is at the Vista del Monte pool. Let me tell you, this pool is awesome. It's 90 degrees. It's inside. If anybody wants to do some kind of kickoff because now you're doing the Namitas cleanse, it's a great opportunity. It's like $50 a month. It's no money. And I just got to do a shout out to Allison and Nancy and Bill and Bob, Candace, Carl, Dan, Ellie. I've got 50 people I'm supposed to say hi to, but I can't. I've got Mary Ellen, Marie, Louisa, Louise, Kathy, Karen, Pauline, Peggy, Roger, Roxanne, Ruth, Susan, Sylvia. Woo! Oh, yeah! I did that. All right.
Sounds like Romper Room.
I know. Well, hey.
Billy and Bobby and Judy and Jean.
Well, it is like the Waltons. Just it's like, good night, everybody. So anyway, yeah, these are my buddies, and it's a great place to swim. And if anybody's interested, you should check it out. It's really nice. 90 degrees. It's awesome when we did have those rains, and you had a place to go and get all nice and warm. Anyways, I wanted just to mention that, and I'm looking right here at Joan Calder. She says, where are you going? I said, I don't know. So, Joan, who'd you bring today?
I am so pleased to bring Shauna Klein. She is a UCSB volleyball player, and she's not just a player. She is a libero. Libero? How do you say that?
A libero. Some people say libero, but I say libero.
Nice. Yeah. Put your hands together. Woo!
Great.
We love UCSB.
Let's explain what that is.
So the libero is the defensive leader of the volleyball team. At UCSB, we actually have 4 liberos on our team, and everyone is just awesome. They control the serve receive, they control the defense, but for the most part, like every team sport, all 6 people are responsible on the court, and we all play together to get the wins.
That's great. That position, I understand, just was created like 1999. Something, so it's really brand new. And how did you get chosen to be in that very important position and have a different color T-shirt while you're playing?
Yes, it's a very special honor. So we get recruited when we're in high school, and let's see, there's about 14 people on our team now, and we all get recruited. There's club tournaments, and the coaches come and watch you play. And actually, I was an outside hitter in high school, but I was the tallest one then, and then I come to college and I see these 6'4" girls towering over me, and I think the front row position is not for me. So then I changed positions, and I'm now a libero.
So Shauna, you've dedicated your life to volleyball.
Yes, definitely.
How long have you been playing, and where are you from?
I am from Marin County, so right north of San Francisco, and I've been playing volleyball since I was like 11 years old. My dad grew up on Venice Beach. He started playing a lot of beach volleyball, and he coached women's indoor for several years. So I've been exposed to it for a long time now.
Well, Santa Barbara, famous. Karch Karai is from here.
Yeah.
Very famous name here in town. Have you ever met him?
No, never met Karch Karai. I did meet Todd Rogers, who's also a famous volleyball name in Santa Barbara, and he has a daughter that's come to our UCSB camps over the summer. So if anyone wants to go to a UCSB camp over the summer, definitely, we encourage it.
Nice, real nice. I know your coach is Nicole Welsh. Let's talk about her a little bit. What's it like playing for her?
Yeah, Nicole is awesome. I have been playing with her since after my freshman year. She came in, and Kathy Gregory retired, so she came in as the new coach, and she's just awesome. We have a good coaching staff, our assistant coaches as well, but she definitely brings a competitive drive out of us on the court and cares about our academics, and I think just the whole coaching staff in general brings out the best in us.
I always wonder when you're on the court and people are screaming at you, and what are you thinking? What's your management on the court when all this is going on?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of distractions in the game of volleyball, like any other sport that's inside with a bunch of hecklers and fans and distractions in the environment. But honestly, we just stay focused. We focus on each other. We listen to our coaches. And like I said, we play together, and it's a lot of fun. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Santa Barbara, the weather And do you plan on continuing this professionally, or what's your plan?
Possibly not playing professionally. I love beach volleyball. I'm out at East Beach probably almost every weekend playing outside on the sand. I'm hoping we get a sand team soon at UCSB once our new athletic director, John McCutcheon, comes in, and maybe we can organize something. But after college, I'm actually interested in a sports broadcasting career. That's
a fantastic place to be then.
Yeah, right? This is ironic. No, I'm working for KCSB currently, and I've done a couple of the men's volleyball previews, and I'm looking forward to continuing that.
Cool. So are you studying communication?
Yeah, communication is my major. I'm a third year. I absolutely love the major, and the classes are super awesome and interesting, and hopefully I can pursue it. So,
sweet.
Yeah.
So, I don't really know a lot about volleyball because I was a ballet dancer, right?
So was I.
Really? Okay.
There's a future for you.
Every time anybody ever used to, meet me when I was younger, because I've been about this tall since I was about 5th grade, they would ask if I was a volleyball player or a basketball player, but never a ballet dancer.
Yeah, I get the same question. Volleyball or basketball?
But you were a ballet dancer too?
I was. I did ballet for almost 8 years, actually. But it hurt my toes, and my dad.
She became a foot doctor.
I became a foot doctor.
Maybe that's why. No, my dad wanted me to stop playing with Barbies and shoved balls in my face when I was younger, like basketballs, volleyball. So he was pushing for the athletic route for me.
I see. I did have a crossroad at one point. I was in 6th grade, and I was doing basketball and ballet, right? And I was going to go to junior high. I was even in the Michael Jordan fan club, right?
Wow.
My mom said, "Okay, Lindsay Mae, it's time to choose which one you're going to do." And she was just keeping her fingers crossed because I was terrible at basketball. I would be on one side of the court. The rest of the team would be on the other side. Whereas ballet, I was much better at that.
It's a tough decision. A bunch of young kids now are playing different sports, or they're playing a sport for a long time and may get burnt out. Like, I danced for a long time and I played volleyball for a long time, but you end up just picking and choosing what you want to continue doing, and it's worked out for me. And I would suggest for younger kids to just keep on doing both sports as long as possible, and when the time comes, you'll eventually make the decision that's meant to be for you.
I like that. That. That's good. Yeah, because there's only so much time in the day.
Exactly.
Right?
It goes by way too fast.
Nice.
Now, when we talked previously, you were telling me about things that sports has given you, and you mentioned leadership skills. Can you tell us a little about that?
Yeah, so volleyball on and off the court has definitely given me some leadership skills. We have to be able to communicate with the coaches, to the other teammates, conflicts, anything that's happening. Communication is huge. Also, time management, something that volleyball has given me as a student athlete. We are on a very tight schedule. We have 3-hour practices a day during season, and you have to manage your time very well with handling academics, and it's definitely difficult at times, but we have a great support staff and our coaches to help us out.
I love it when players do shout outs to the teammates. So I want to do some shout outs to other teammates. It's always kind of cool. So if you had to put out the girls out on the to start, who would you want to be out there? I know.
Honestly, I could name all 14, however many players, honestly.
That's very political.
On our team right
politician.
now. But, oh man, okay. Everyone who's listening, I love you all. But I would say Allie Barbeau, she's our team.
Allie! Woo! She's not here, but she got a shout out.
Yeah, she is our current team captain. She's an awesome player. She's a 6th rotation outside hitter. And she happens to be my roommate, so no bias there. But she's a great friend and, like I said, great volleyball player. And the team wouldn't be anything without her. So, but everybody is just awesome.
That's it? You only want one player?
Let's see, Britton Taylor, Hannah Nielsen.
We need a Brit.
Yeah. Let's see, Sydney Bass.
Sydney!
Yeah.
I like that name, Sydney.
Yeah, Jane Lamb.
Jane! We got another minute.
Phoebe Grun.
Baby!
Allie Solberg.
Allie!
Hannah Nielsen.
Hannah, okay, on the other team, that's the same team. Who else is out there?
On our team?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, now I'm going to brain fart.
Okay.
Who else is on my team?
You can't say fart on the radio.
I brain toot. Okay, let's see. We had Allie Santee. She's a senior, so she's actually going off to law school.
Nice.
Yeah, so big leap there. Let's see. We have Kelly.
Nice.
Kelly?
So we don't need Kelly. It's Kelly. We all need Kelly.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Kelly would love to be on the radio.
How about assistant coach?
Assistant coach, they're both awesome. We have Kobe O'Donnell and Ryan. Ryan Walthall, and their awesome coaching staff. Just everybody. Shout outs to everybody.
Sweet. Now listen, if you ever want to come back, because you passed, we all looked at each other. If she wants to come back, she can come back. Shauna,
Awesome.
we are blessed to have you here today.
Thank you so much.
We've got to take a break, and we've got a ton more guests, so we're going to let you go.
Awesome.
This is Erica Salter, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salter, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. right after the news. And hey, folks, if you missed or you heard about the show and you want to catch it again, you can catch it tonight at 11 o'clock, or you can catch it on Sunday at 2 o'clock or Monday. I mean, if you want to be poking around and and playing with the chicken. I mean, Dr. D is looking at me because I don't eat chicken. I says, well, at 3:30 in the morning, you might want to eat something. All right. Who do we got next? Oh, we've got the resident. We have a resident doctor in the house. Dr. Mae Chandler. Who'd you bring?
I brought Andree Izoco. And yes, I've been practicing her name. She is the aquatic therapy director at Mueller & Weber Physical Therapy.
Nice.
Yeah, she graduated from UCSB with a degree in psychological and brain sciences with a minor in exercise and sports science, and also received her associates in kinesiology.
Nice. Put your hands together. Thank you so much for being here today. All right. Cool.
She, too, is having a team for the Arthritis Foundation.
Woo!
But remember, if you want to join a team or donate towards a team, it's still Foot and Ankle Aquatic Center.
Team Chandler.
They beat me last year, so, it's competition is on. So welcome. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
So how's it going over there at the pool?
It's going nice and hot and warm. We got a 91-degree pool at 22 Anacapa Street. It's where if you guys ever wondered what happened to the old Divers Den, it's still there. But now it's the Mueller Aquatic Center. We see aquatic patients there for physical therapy, injuries of all sorts, and, post-surgery. And I also teach the arthritis and fibromyalgia class. So that's really exciting. That's how I got affiliated with the Arthritis Foundation, because everyone has arthritis. So, but we also, wanted to bring awareness to the outlook, how everyone thinks it has to do with elderly people, that stereotype. Kids are affected too. And we have children that go to physical therapy for their arthritis, their juvenile arthritis. And anyways, we're raising money. We have classes out there. We do, right now we offer, if you donate $100 to my team, Mueller Aquatic Center.
Well, actually, John Mueller said that in my team too, if you donate, he's going to even grant it. See?
How nice,
Isn't
right?
that,
Our team's so nice. Yeah, you get a free, aquatic therapy sessions for water aerobics and the arthritis session. And we also are giving out open swims. So you can come in, donate $100 to Arthritis Foundation, and you can come and swim in our pool for free.
That is
nice.
That is
cool off in this hot weather.
8 times, too. 8 free sessions. So
super nice.
Even better,
You mentioned Divers Den. That's where I learned how to swim.
Really? I teach swimming lessons there, so shout out to the moms and dads out there. If your kids need to learn how to swim, you can contact me.
Absolutely. So we have a lot of athletes listening to this show, and the pool is so forgiving and incredible way to kind of build strength. What would you say the biggest difference is between being in a building and working out your legs and maybe swimming?
Excellent question. We actually get a lot of athletes, it's a decreased weight bearing. We get a lot of runners from UCSB. They're running every single day. So to get in the pool, decrease their weight, have the hydrostatic pressure against them, and working that cardiovascular and respiratory system, it's like full on. You can do intervals. We have equipment of the yin yang. You would never believe your eyes of how much equipment we have. So no matter how intensive an athlete you are or how strong you are, we can always challenge you at the pool. And it's so neat. It's just easy on your joints, low impact.
Cool. So you don't have to be injured to come join this place.
You do not have to be injured. You can be, children all the way up to adults. You can be post-surgery. You can have arthritis. You can just want to work out and, get a different type of exercise in. It's, you can get anaerobic or aerobic. There's all kinds of different. It's so diverse. It's amazing. You won't regret going into a warm pool. It's a very good environment, soothing environment, relaxes your muscles, gets the blood flowing, especially if you have arthritis and you have inflammation. whether you're, a child or adult, you get the blood circulating and the inflammation starts to move around. So it's good. Yeah.
Well, you have an extremely impressive resume. Did you see yourself working in the pool, or how did you end up where you ended up?
Well, I saw myself doing physical therapy, and then I've always been a huge fan of the water, with paddleboarding, surfing, swimming, water polo, lifeguarding, all of the above, teaching swim lessons for my whole life. I started, wanting to get my certification in aquatic therapy, and I tried that, and it's so amazing. So now I can't go back to the clinic. I am all about being in the pool with patients.
Yeah, so I think that's awesome. And most of my patients that I've sent over there,
You've sent so many patients.
I know.
Thank you.
And they keep asking, they're like, can you give me a or not a refill, but that would be on medication. But can you give me some more therapy sessions over at the pool? They just love the pool, right? And
it's so fun. We play music. We have a great staff. Our aquatic therapist, Nick Malley, he's amazing. And our Paul Tweet, who I get to work closely with. I mean, all of us, we love what we do, and we have so much fun. And it's so neat because when you're in pain, you're in a tough spot in life, and you go there and you get to move around and exercise again, and go as intense as you need to.
Right? Yeah, because
either they're therapeutic.
Either their feet hurt, or I've done surgery on them, or something, and they can't be on their feet. Right?
Absolutely.
But Santa Barbara's a different kind of population. Everybody wants to get back to working out. Everybody's like, I've gained 10 pounds since you did my bunion, and they're upset with me. And so as soon as they get to the pool and they start working out, everything just feels better. Even the post-operative area. Yeah. Bonus.
I know. We get, it was funny. The jiu-jitsu guy was in here. They break bones and they send them our way. Yep. So it's really neat, though, to see, when I broke my ankle, I was getting so depressed. I couldn't work out. I was getting really tired of my ab workout. I wanted to run and do things. And cardio. That's what's cool about the pool, though. You can get in, you can get your cardio, even if you're not weight bearing. We have a wheelchair lift that allows you to get in the pool and start being you again. And you do not have to be a swimmer. That's like this, stigmatism that people have against it. They're like, oh, I don't know in a swimsuit. I'm not a swimmer. Well, that's what the buoyancy's for. We have all the equipment you couldn't go under if you wanted to, and you don't have to wear a swimsuit. There's so many different things out there these days.
Cool. Remind us one more time where we can find you, or where you're located, or what your website is.
We are located at 22 Anacapa Street, where the old Divers Inn is. And if you want to reach us, our phone number is 805-845-1231, and I can answer any questions that you have.
Nice. Thanks for being out here today. Put your hands together. Fantastic. Hey, we've got one more section to go, so listen up on these commercials that we have, because these businesses are really supporting our local youths and teen athletes. This is Erica Saul, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. right after the news. Woo! Pass me another one of those Powerballs. What? There's none left? Don't even do that, Jessie Carroll. There is. You were hiding them. All right, bring them back over here. Pass. Here, Ninja Gil. Here, you can have one. Another one? Okay. One last one for Dr. T, because without him, we are nothing. He's reaching. Yummy. Okay, we're going to have the recipe for this on Facebook. So anybody wants to check out this recipe, it's on Teen Sports Radio. All right, last but not least, my friend, Nancy Eckert's in the house. Hey, Nancy. Woo!
Hey, it's good to be here, Erica.
I am so happy. And you brought...
Kim Stanley.
My ball fell on the floor. All right. We've got questions, and Andy Gill's going to ask the first one.
So, first and foremost, where are you guys from, and what do you guys do?
We are a local nonprofit organization in Santa Barbara. The organization is called COAST, the Coalition for Sustainable Transportation. And one aspect of COAST's program is to coordinate a program at the schools called Safe Routes to School.
So, all schools in town. And what is your range?
Primarily the elementary schools, but we also do work in the junior highs and the high schools.
So you have some special events coming up. Tell me about them.
We have a walk and roll competition right now. and it's for 57 different classrooms that have signed up, and the class with the highest participation rate for walking, riding bikes, scooters, skateboards, taking the bus, and carpooling to school gets a field trip to Zotos. So we're really trying to encourage kids to use active transportation to get to school for lots of different reasons, and we'll go into those during the interview. So that's one special event. Another event we've got coming up are family bike nights. We're doing one in Carpinteria in May. And where's the other one?
Adams School. Adams School rocks it, because we're going to be in Adams School for the second time this year. Coming up in May, they have an incredible bike culture at that school. Includes a bike club for the kids. They even have a fleet of bikes, so they have 100% participation rate in all of our in-school activities.
That's incredible. I know growing up, the one thing that always prevented me was wearing a helmet. When I grew up, my parents just couldn't afford them. I used whoever's bike was around. Do you guys have any ways of maybe providing safety wear or safety gear?
That's actually one of the primary events that we do at the schools. We offer low-cost helmet distributions.
That's awesome.
So you can get these really cool helmets for $10, and in the stores they're $40. And we do that at all the schools. And you could probably guess that at the elementary schools we sell maybe 50, 60 helmets.
Absolutely.
And at the junior highs and high schools we sell maybe 5 or so. But we're still encouraging those kids to wear those helmets, because we've got to protect our brains.
It's so amazing that teens think that they're infallible. But once you go down once, you are so grateful you had a helmet on.
Yeah, and kids say, but I'm a really good bike rider. And I tell those kids, you just never know when you're going to fall.
And it's not even you. I used to ride my bike in Santa Monica to and from the hospital. And one day on my way home, a car did not know that I had the right of way, because I guess they missed the bike person. Mm-hmm. And they almost ran me over and I fell off my bike. And I had my helmet on, thank goodness. But they still had to somebody had to come pick me up, because I hurt my neck really bad. So
many accidents happen, though, because the bicyclist is doing something wrong, or the skateboarder. And regardless of who's at fault, we just want the kids to know that they're going to be safe, and that they have their helmets on securely and well, so they're flat and they're on secure. I was coaching a softball team a couple of months ago, and one of the brothers was riding his skateboard down the hill at Ellings Park, and about the 25th time down, because his sisters, of course, were playing ball, he fell. He hit a rock, his skateboard fell, and his head hit the short little wall that's right near Ellings Park. It was amazing, because he came through it without any, he had a concussion and stuff, but 3 days later he came up to me and he said, "Hey, Coach Nancy, I just want you to see my helmet, because I'm going to hang it on my wall at home so that all my friends remember to wear their helmets."
Yeah.
Nice. Good one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, Miss Erica Calder, our Queen of Teen, loves to help out. So what can we do? What is your guys' biggest need? What does your coalition need?
We want 100% participation. We want, when we go to schools and do our rodeos and do our 6th grade skills classes, we want every single kid to be able to get on a bike. And without having a fleet right now, we can't do that. And so our biggest need is that we want a bike fleet. We are accepting quality used bikes as donations. We're also accepting financial donations so we can buy some bikes and really create our own fleet, so we can get 100% participation in every school.
Nancy, that's almost like a door-to-door. If you go on Los Feliz, I guarantee you every single house on my block has a bike that's dusty like my 3.
Okay, I'll come over and I'll knock on all your neighbors' doors.
No, I'm serious. I just say, if you put it's just like anything. You put a little tag on and your nonprofit, and on the bottom, just say, "Would you like to donate your bike?" And then just have a certain Friday where you just pick up the bikes, and they'll just put it out in the front, and you just come pick it up. I'm telling you, I know. I mean, I know my neighborhood. I know my people that lived there for 27 years. I mean, anything that I put out, it never makes it to Marburg. Its stuff is gone. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I mean, it's just a good little street. It just really takes a little marketing. I mean,
Call me and I'll come to your street.
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you.
And additionally, Bicycle Bob's in Goleta on Hollister Avenue has agreed to be a receptacle for all bike donations.
Nice.
So we're very excited about their participation in our program.
Oh, that's
They're
awesome.
also hosting a really important night that's coming up called our Educators Happy Hour. We have it'll be the second year for our Educators and Advocates Happy Hour, where we get together and we show people in the schools, parents, teachers, principals, what our program is about, how to expand the bike culture in their schools, and
Cool.
and it's a great time.
Hey, listen, we're out of time, but you are welcome back anytime. I got to thank Dr. D, Dr. Jessie, Dr. Mae, Joan, Dr. I always say you twice, Dr. D, because you're the producer and co-host, so you have to be talked about twice. And then my friend Dominique Hackett, our Chief Happiness Officer. This is Erica Salder. We love Santa Barbara. God bless you all.
Thank you.
See you next week. Please tune in and join us next Tuesday at KZSB AM 1290 at 9:06 a.m. when we will go behind the scenes with the local students, athletes, coaches, parents, volunteers, and all other teen sports supporters. This is all brought to you by ePro Insurance Agency, leader in gift planning and wealth preservation since 1983. So please follow along and support our student athletes by reading the Santa Barbara News Press, and then join me, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen, Dr. Dugan, my co-host, friends, teens, every week on the Santa Barbara News Press radio station.
You're the best around. You're the best around. Nothing's gonna